Hello, and this will be another mini macro tutorial for the clan. In this video I'm going to be talking about weapons, how to choose and select which weapons are right for you, which weapons are right for your bots, and which weapons suit your playstyle. Now to start this off, I'm going to be looking at a clan member's hangar, Sniper Spook. Now, first, I want to look at your Seraph. I want to acknowledge you've gotten your Seraph up to level 3. I'm pretty sure you can already notice it walks a little bit faster, takes a little bit more damage, and you want to go ahead and keep leveling up to 5, at least level 5, because that's when your robots will be able to equip an active module, and that can be a big difference. So you've got a Nashorn and a Solid Gauss, and those are both long-range weapons. The Nashorn has more range, and the Solid Gauss has 800. So that's a good idea. However, what I would suggest that you do is, instead of running two different type of long-range weapons, I would suggest that you take this level 4 Solid Gauss off of your Lancelot, because if you're using Hangar 1, then everything right here in your second hangar, if you go into battle and you choose Hangar 1, then nothing here in Hangar 2 matters. It's not like in the middle of a fight you can be like, oh man, I need to switch to my second hangar, and this one bot I need. You can't do that. So if the only game mode that lets you use more than one hangar in a battle is the Extermination PvE mode. So all these drones, I would say to take all these drones off and have them in your inventory available for you to switch in and out for the people that you have here. Because you might have like this is you might have a particular drone that you've been putting levels in, and you want to have that readily available, so you don't want to be looking for that and it's attached to something in your hangar. So your level 3 Cryo, your Blaze, and your Mace and your Ardent Yogi, those are all pretty good things that are on these mechs, but they're not available for you to use. So I would say to take also modules, if you have any passive modules, which I'm not sure, I don't see any, but take that Solid Gauss off and put the Solid Gauss on your Seraph. So both of your Seraph's weapons have the same range and the same mechanics. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm in range for the Nashorn to hit, but I'm not within range for your Solid Gauss to hit. You want to be in a position where all your weapons are effective at the same range. And that's just an example. Your Natasha's not doing too bad. And looking at the design, you've got that thunder on there with the mentality, well, if an enemy does get close, you want that thunder on there to have some type of support. To be honest, if an enemy gets that close to where the thunder is useful, then that's going to make your Prisma useless. And since your Arbalest and Snare both have a recharge and fire while reloading mechanic, once you've emptied those out, they're not going to recharge properly unless you sit there and don't fire. And if an enemy's in your face and you're not firing, then they're just going to blow you up. So I would say that one thunder, even though it's level 7 on your Natasha, it's not doing you much good. If anything, if you have another Prisma, have 2 Prismas on your Natasha, or move this Nashorn over here so that you can have the same range for your weapons. Your Cruel Angler has very different range weapons. This can be, your Trebuchet is 1,100 meters, the Pen is 500 meters, your Eldritch Blight is 600 meters, and your Sinister Rhyme is 300 meters. So if an enemy is past 600 meters and you're trying to snipe them with the Trebuchet, if you're using your left mouse button to attack all weapons at once, you're going to be wasting these 3 weapons' ammo. So the only way that all these weapons are going to be effective is if you get within 300 meters for your Sinister Rhyme to work, which is not a bad idea because the Cruel Angler's ability is a close-range brawling type. So once you get within this range, for this weapon, all these weapons become effective, but these are not really brawling type weapons. So your angler is coming across as a jack of all trades, but it's not really performing any of those duties accurately. So I would say with your you've got these two long range right here, I would say to try to think about making your angler more of a close range brawler. You're working on your Mars. You want to get those Tulumbas replaced. They're just not good. I mean, they're fun, they're cool to use. They're rockets. It matches the Mars's turret weapon type. They're just not good. And even the gold upgraded version, the Orkans, those aren't even worth it. But your Leo's got 3 close range weapons and 1 long range weapon. If you're still going to be using your Leo, you absolutely want really good weapons on it. Otherwise, it's not really doing much other than brawling. This is a weapon video, but it turned into a hanger inspection. But looking at your first hanger right here, you really only have 2 options for a beacon capper, and that's using your Seraph to fly to the nearest beacon and cap it. But once you do that, unless you land in cover and take the beacon, then you've placed yourself in an area where you're a sniper that's not sniping, you're capping beacons. You want to have a beacon capper in your active hanger at some point. Your Pursuer would be a good option for your beacon capper. So even though this is a weapon video, or it will be, that I'll make this a multi-part video. I can only record in 10-minute increments. But this is the hanger I'm currently using. I mix and match my setup constantly to adjust to things. My Nether is my primary beacon capper because of the its Quake. Its ability lets it dash 5 times and it recharges. I can hide in cover and get a whole bunch of my charges back, or I can use my charges as soon as I get them. The Nether is very mobile. If you play it carefully, its built-in force field can keep it alive. It's very swift. When you get used to timing the delay between dashes, you can really zip around the map, get a beacon, and zip back into cover and get the fighting and supporting, and be real patient and just not even fight with it. Just be like, I'm going to get your beacons, screw you. And beacons is how you win beacon rush and domination. So if you primarily play those roles, that's important to note. Also, every time you liberate a beacon and capture a beacon, 2 different things, you get bonuses towards your gold, and you get extra honor points for doing that. My Ardent Imugi serves 2 roles. It assists me in capping beacons, because if I start off with my Nether, I get a beacon or 2 and then someone snipes my Nether, well, there goes my beacon capacity, except I've got another option. I can drop Ardent Imugi first, second, third, or late into the game or early, mid-game. If our team needs beacons, I have an additional option. I can also start off with Ardent Imugi, and I can use its Battle Breach ability if my teammates know how to cooperate and do that. I know how to use its ability to help teleport my teammates into a battle, out of a battle. I know how to land properly in a whole bunch of my allies to use its healing ability. So this is support / an additional beacon capper. And also, even though my Crisis is my long range sniper / revenge mech, because Crisis goes into stealth automatically, I can even use my Crisis to cap beacons, because unless the enemy's got quantum radar, I can walk up to a beacon and take it, and someone can be hiding on the enemy team trying to snipe me. But if I don't go out of stealth, they're just looking at me, and I'm like, hey, watch me take this beacon, I'll go get behind cover and start shooting at you. And it doesn't always work that smoothly, but that's an option of versatility. So my hanger right here, I potentially have 3 beacon cappers. My Mars and my Ivory Ravana, these are my brawlers. These are the ones I use. Oh, switching videos.